Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. I haven't been online in a little bit, so I apologize for that. I was taking care of a couple other things, but I am live tonight. Hair is crazy. I hope everybody's doing well out there. We're gonna play some craps tonight. I hope you're all ready to have some fun. All right. I'm going to post a topic, and I got my agenda here. This video is going to be about the dice, the pass line, and the point. So normally my new format is to only do one subject at a time. Holy cow, there's some gnats in here. Normally you just do one topic at a time, but we can cover all three of these, and I don't think it'll take that long. So usually I've been trying to keep the new videos under 10 minutes. This one's going to be a little bit longer. I think I might try for under 30 minutes. It's a Friday night and I just feel like hanging out. So if anyone wants shorter videos, I can do more videos and make them shorter, so that way people don't have to watch as long of videos. Just as a review, the topics are, we did introduction, we talked about the button, and actually I ordered one on Amazon, and I actually have a button, which would have been good for my button video, but on one side it says on, that might be backwards too, but on and off. So I bought this because I'm going to be holding in-person training, and I'm actually going to have this. I also have a felt that they use on the tables, so I can take a regular table and put the felt down, and then I can use a real button, real dice, and have a realistic training, real chips. I ordered new chips too, so I will show you guys in a future video. So we already did a video on the button. We didn't do a video on your bankroll yet. I was doing videos on Facebook, and I'm moving them all to YouTube. So I'm going to do another bankroll video in the future. Today's video will be the dice, the pass line, and the point. So we're going to cover three things, and there's other topics I'm going to make short videos on, and right now there's 11 total, and as subjects come up I'll just keep adding them to here. So let's get into it. So as you know, this is our simulator. If you are interested, you can download it, and I actually moved it to my website, and I have a new website. I have a brand new website called getblockchain.tech, and I don't have it there yet, but I'm going to be making a craps directory and putting the simulator out there for you to download. So I don't have it there yet, but I will have it in the near future. So you guys, right now it's still on the old website. So just pause the video right now and take a look at this one that's highlighted in blue. If you just go out there, there's a download, craps.exe, and you can download that so you can have the simulator and you can do everything that we're doing in the video. So this is what a craps table looks like. And we already went over the button, which is up here. It's either off or on, just like in real life, off and on. And there are 2 dice. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the dice. When it's your turn to shoot, there's 3 dealers at the craps table. There is one that stands, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but if we were at the table right now, there would be a dealer standing above the numbers right up here. And this is the left side of the table. There's another right side to the table that you can't see on the simulator. And both the right and the left side make up the whole table with the inside part. There is a pit boss where my mouse is now in the middle, and he's probably sitting down, or he might be standing. If they don't have a pit boss at that table, he'll be walking around. So there's a dealer on each side of the table, and then in the middle is what they call the stick man, or the stick person, and they will be standing where my mouse is here. Can you see it? On this side of the table. So in our simulator, when the dice is rolled, you'll see a stick come out. That is simulating the stick. I'm just going to call the person a stick man, even though it could be a woman. So what'll happen is they have 5 dice at the table. And when you're shooting, the first thing they do is they're going to pass you all 5 dice, and then you pick 2 out of the 5. So you can pick any 2 that you want. So in our simulator, it's already past that point where 2 of the dice are picked out. So the shooter has the dice, so then the stick person will gather the 3 remaining dice up, and there's a little holder right up in the middle that they put the other 3 dice on. And the reason they do that is because they want each shooter to have the right to choose whatever 2 dice they want to throw. So when you're going to throw the dice, you're considered the shooter. So that's why you'll hear me reference the shooter, and that's the person throwing the dice. So there's a couple rules when you're the shooter. So the first thing is you only have 2 dice, obviously. When you throw them, if you're a right-handed thrower, you can pick up the dice with the right hand, but you can't switch between hands. You have to keep them in the same hand, and you have to keep the hand over the table. You can't bring them close to you or down off the table. They have to be over the table the whole time, or the dealer will say something to you. They want the dice to be within their view at all times. Even if they're in your fist, they want to see your fist. They want to see the dice or your hand at all times. So you want to hold the dice over the table. You can't switch hands. You have to keep it with the same hand. And when you throw, they want you to throw all the way down to the other end of the table and hit the back wall. And the reason for that is because people that have tried to scam the game of craps have done all sorts of throwing techniques. And what the casino wants is they want the roll to be as random as possible. And part of the idea of getting a random number is hitting the back wall. You will see little pyramids or diamond at the end of the table, and if the dice hits off of them, it'll spin them in such a way that it's not controlled, which is what the casino wants. The good dice throwers try to throw it in such a way where they try to roll it the same way every time. So there may be a few other things about throwing the dice, but those are all the main things. So you'll throw the dice, and when you roll the dice, you'll get a point, and then you'll keep throwing until you either get a point or you get a 7. If you roll a 7, that will end your turn, and they're going to pass the dice to the next shooter at the table. If you get a point, the button will go off, and then you will continue to throw until you get a point or you get a 7. So it'll just keep going. That's why sometimes they have really long throws, because the 7 isn't rolled, which is a good thing, and you can make a lot of money doing that. So I think that's all I can think about with the dice and being a shooter at this point. So next I'm going to talk about the pass line. So as you can see right here, the very lowest part of the table closest to you, there's something called a pass line. And it's a bet that you place on the table. And usually you look at a craps table and it looks like there's 100 things going on right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about one thing at a time and make sure you understand that before we go on to other bets and other parts to the table. So when you are the shooter, you have to put the minimum bet on the pass line. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm talking through this, I'm going to do this on the simulator. So this table that we're looking at, the minimum bet is $5. So over here is the $5, and you just click on the pass line, and it's a $5 bet, and that is your pass line bet. So before you even shoot, you will have to put $5 on the pass line. Okay, so you put your $5 bet, and then you can roll the dice. So if you are not the shooter, you do not have to bet on the pass line. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to the casino, and when I'm first starting, I want to bet as little money as possible when I'm first starting. So I may not bet the pass line. I may just bet the numbers that are the point numbers, or the place bets is what they call them. So all the numbers up here, 4 through 10, that you can see on the board right now. So this simulator, I'm going to be the shooter. So I'm going to bet $5, and I chose 2 dice. So there's 2 dice in front of me, and the button is off. So those are the first things that you're going to want to do, is you want to recognize if the button is on or off, which when you're starting, it should be off. And I have my button here. So right now the button is off. Okay? You have the dice in front of you, and you have to do a $5 pass line bet. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and roll, and I'm going to talk through it as the procedure as we start. So I'm going to roll the dice.
They're coming out.
Whoa, sorry. It's pretty loud.
8. Easy 8. The point is 8.
Okay, so a couple things just happened. As you can see, a 5 and a 3 were rolled, so it's 8. And you saw the button changed from off to on. And when the button goes to on, the button has to be placed on one of the numbers that are up there. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So if the button is off and you roll a number other than one of those numbers, it means something else. So since I'm only talking about the pass line, I'm not going to talk about all those other numbers right now, but I will talk about them later on. So right now, the button is on, and the point is 8. And how you know that is that an 8 was rolled, and the button moved from being off to being on and placed on the 8. So the button's on, we rolled an 8, and we have a $5 pass line bet right now. Okay, so the point is 8. So now when the point is established is when you make your place bets. But this video is not going to talk about place bets. We are only going to talk about the pass line. So the only thing I'm betting in this video is the pass line. So as the shooter, there is a $5 pass line bet, and then you have the option of placing odds on your bet. So as you can see over here, it lights up and it'll say pass line odds. So the $5 is your pass line bet. The space next to it is pass line odds. And actually, where I go to play craps, you actually put it down below. So whatever casino you go to, you'll have to look around at what everybody else is doing. Just do what everybody else is doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bet $10 in addition to the $5 pass line bet. So $10 bet. So now the total is $15. And you will see over here is my bankroll. So they gave me $1,000 to start. And you will see as we go whether the amount is going over $1,000 or under $1,000. So right now, we're only betting the pass line. And what this bet is for is the point. So what that means is we are betting on an 8 being rolled. That's what we want to roll right now. The only bad number right now is a 7. So right now, the casino wants you to roll a 7. What you want to roll to win money is an 8, because 8 is the point, and the pass line bet is for the point. So the good number is 8. The bad number is 7. Any other number that you roll right now is neutral. It doesn't matter. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and roll, and we're going to watch what happens. There's a 6.
Shooting for the 8.
There's the roll.
Craps 3.
Craps 3 is what he said. So it's a 3. And as you can see, our money's still there, but we didn't win any and we didn't lose any. So that's a neutral number. So I'm going to turn on the auto roll, which means I don't have to keep clicking it, and I'll just talk through what's happening.
Shooting for the 8. 7. Out 7.
Okay, we rolled a 7, which is the bad number. And a couple things happened. Number one, the casino took our money. All right, we had $15 on the pass line. Since a 7 was rolled, they took the money from the pass line. So that's really sad. Also, what happened is you notice the button moved from the 8 to being off. So that is the other thing that happens. And the next thing that would happen is that whoever was shooting, they would move the dice to the next person at the table. So if I was a shooter, they would move the dice and it would go to the next person at the table, and you basically start over. So I'm going to do one more round of betting, and then we can move on to the next subject. So the button is off. I'm going to do a $5 pass line bet while the button's off. And then we're going to say that the next person is shooting. I'm no longer the shooter. Someone else is shooting right now. And we're going to play this out.
They're coming out. 6. Easy 6. The point is 6.
All right, the point is 6. So a 4 and a 2 were rolled. The button went from off to on. The point is now 6. And we had a $5 pass line bet. I'm going to bet $10 odds. And we are trying to roll a 6. 6 is a good number. 6 is the point. The bad number is 7. Okay? So we'll roll the dice.
Shooting for the 6. 10. Hard 10.
10 is okay. It's neutral. It's not good or bad. The good number is 6. The bad number is 7.
Shooting for the 6. You're 11. The roll is 11.
11 is neutral, so nothing happens on that one.
Shooting for the 6. 6. Easy 6.
Okay. So we rolled a 6. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's the way craps goes. And as you can see, I have $1,018 in my bankroll. So we made $18. And as you can see, the button moved. It was on, and 6 was the point. The 6 was rolled, and now it goes off. So when the button's off, we do not have a point right now. There's no point, and it'll start over, and it'll still be the same shooter because they hit the point rather than the 7. So we just did 2 rounds of betting the pass line. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense on what I was showing you, just leave a comment, or you can just shoot me a message, and I will answer all comments that users are posting on the video. So that is the pass line. So the point, which is also part of what we're talking about, I probably should have explained that before I started rolling, but the pass line and the point kind of go together. The point can be any of the numbers at the top, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, as you can see in the video. So when you're betting the pass line, you're betting that the point will be rolled, and the only way you know what the point is it's being rolled. So as soon as you roll it, the button will be on whatever the point number is. So when you first go to the casino, when you walk up to the table, if the button is on, it's going to be on one of those numbers. So already, right now, when you go to the casino, you already have a couple things you can look for. One, is the button on or off? Two, if the button's on, is it sitting on a number? And the answer should be yes. It should be on one of the numbers at the top of the table. So your homework would be that if you are going out to a casino with your friends, you can impress them a little bit because you can walk by the craps table and the button will be on like a 6 or an 8. And you can tell your friends, oh, the point is 8. And they're going to be like, what? And you can tell them, yeah, the button's on the 6, so the 6 is the point. They'll be like, how do you know that? And you can tell them that, you've been watching some craps videos, and they might be impressed a little bit. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We went over the dice, the pass line, and the point. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video, and I will catch you in the next video.